Hey, hello everyone. How are you? How you doing? How you doing today? Hey Eric, how are you? Crazy day? Yeah, oh, sorry. That's what I heard that TOS was kind of buffering or something. It was lagging. It was buffering. Uh, Orders were not being filled. Yeah, that's what I heard. Hello Diana. Hello Dian. Hello Luke. What's up? Hmm, Sorry about that. Hello everyone. Hola Alex. Hello Deepti. Doing good. Thank you for asking. Hello Sven. TOS. Yeah, yeah. So TOS was a mess today. Um, Not sure if you remember, but I think 2 weeks ago, I was strolling a lot with Schwab. I don't use Schwab for day trading. I use it for my long term portfolio, but I was trying to buy the dip, and well, I was having a lot of issues, and I think TOS it's also from Schwab, right? So what they said is that they're going into major upgrades on servers and all these IT stuff. So I don't know, like, well, I just hope that this didn't affect your trading today. Hello, Sina. Nice day today. Glad to read that, Dipti. Hello, Salman. UK. It threw me out of the trade. Yeah. How was it? I mean, did it trigger a stop loss or an order not filled or a lot of how do you say? Uh, oh, I forgot the name, but I forgot the word. But when you I don't know, when you send an order for $1 and it goes, your order goes, but it goes with, I don't know, like 90 cents or $1.10. How do you say about this difference? Help me, guys. Help me here. Hi, Foster. Well, anyways, I don't remember. No, not the spread. I mean, the spread is the difference between the ask and simple crash. I place. Yeah, exactly. What is the word for that, for that to happen? Hello, one. There's a specific word. I don't remember right now. But there's a specific word for that. Uh, what was the question? So when you sent an order for $1, 1.6, and it just executed at 1.2, how is that called? I don't know. There's a lot of lagging between the live stream and the and the YouTube. All right, slippage. Yeah. That was the word. Thank you, Josh. Thank you for that. All right. So guys, let's. No. It was a slippage. Yeah. That was the word that I was looking for. When you send an order for, let's say, $1, and it's the price is moving too fast and your order is filled, I don't know, like in 90 cents, or the other way around in $1.10. So that's the slippage, right? All right, so let's start with Apple today. I was watching this. You know what, I know, uh, I know that I say sometimes that, oh well, don't trust Apple, and I don't like Apple, and I don't, right? I don't like Apple. I don't like to trade Apple, at least. But the reason I'm always looking at Apple, it's because it's kind of a safe place for big money, right? So when I'm watching Apple, it's usually Apple, it's the market mover, right? So that's why I'm always watching. So today I was watching this. This was a very nice break of this 1 minute, 5 minute opening range. I know this is not enough displacement, but as you can see right here, it was 10:05. The markets were pumping higher and higher and higher, very strong. Both markets, I mean, both SPY and QQQ. So this was a nice break and retest. I know this is not enough displacement for some, but looking at the context, and that's why I had this chart here. This 210 has been a strong key level. I mean, it was the high for July the 1st, then it was the bottom for July the 2nd, and it has been a strong key level. So once you bounce out of this key level here, this 210.19, 210, let's call it 210, right? Let's call it 210. All right. So now you have a strong momentum here. So you may open a position here. So your risk could be the bottom of these of your candle, or the bottom of the previous candles. Let's say that this was a break and retest of the 1 minute opening range. I would like more like the 5 minute opening range, like it was a break and hold instead of a break and retest of this 5 minute opening range high. But anyways, I mean, if you were having this entry here, your risk should be again at the bottom of your candle here, or at the bottom of the previous candles. Anyways, with the strong momentum, you can you can have a tight risk here. And look at this. I mean, first, if you were aiming to this first key level, pre-market high, it was a 122.3 risk reward ratio trade. And the next level, this 211.90, or let's say 212, this was almost a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade. And then it just came back to the range, right? Then look at this. This is the ugly part about Apple, that sometimes it just has like a strong momentum, then it comes back, and then it's gonna be like consolidating for days, probably for days, right? So that's why I don't like Apple. But anyway, that's exactly what happened. All right, let me go to the chat here. Diana, what was your trade here, Diana? Let me know, and I'll go over it. Um, Hello, passionate trader. Hello, Deuce. All right. So, well, if anyone has a question about Apple, love to read it. If not, let's go to AMD. AMD, just as NVIDIA. Well, we're going to talk a lot about NVIDIA in a minute, right? But just as NVIDIA, look at this. Look, I want you to take a look to this 956 candle. So it was a nice break, displacement, and retest of this 5 minute opening range. And what the indices were doing, look at this 955 candle. It was a strong candle on SPY. It was a very decent big candle or at least a strong candle on QQQ. On SPY, it was almost out of this flag, almost retesting this opening range low. But anyways, I mean, this strong candle on both indices were pushing the price higher here. Unfortunately, if you were holding same day expiration contracts, this might be a hell for you to hold, right? This might be a hell to you to hold, because maybe with these candle wicks you were like 20 or maybe 25% down. But again, if you were holding your position into your invalidation level, that invalidation level will be the bottom of these candles here, the bottom of these candles here. if you manage to hold this consolidation, look at this. The first key level here, it's previous day close. It was a 1 to 3.5 risk reward ratio trade. The second level here, it's the pre-market high. It was almost a 1 to 5 risk reward ratio trade. And the last key level here, well, it's actually not the last, but look at this. This 145.15, this 145.15, as you know, this is a multiple touches key level on the daily chart. So yeah, this key level has been here for forever, right? So after this key level here, you actually got previous day high. So I mean, all the way to previous day high, it was a 1 to 10 risk reward ratio trade. So if you were holding any kind of contracts all the way to here, it was a monster trade, right? Because I mean, if you were holding same day expiration, maybe it was like, I don't know, like 200% or something like that. So this was a nice opportunity here. Again, I know that because it was Friday and the time decay and, you know, contracts expiring today, this will be a hell to hold. But again, if you manage to hold your position because you were trusting your process, trusting your entry, trusting your invalidation level, look at this. This is reward. This is reward for patience. This is reward for sticking to a process. So I know this is hard. But again, I mean, if you manage to hold this was your gift. This was your weekend reward. Alex, I was watching that, but never convinced to enter with all consolidation. I know, but look at this. I mean, consolidation was after the nice entry, right? Because here indices were, I think the key is this 955, 956 candles. Because indices were pushing harder to the upside, so that was the key signal here. So yeah, I mean, if you took an enter here, that was the right place to enter. That was a nice entry here. But anyways, I mean, even if you held this, so that was a very nice trade. And also, guys, as you can see here, after this consolidation, you had another chance at this break, this placement and retest of this 5-minute opening range high. And look at this. I mean, this was even better, right? This was even better. Even if you pull these to the bottom of these candles here, and you were aiming to something more conservative, let's say pre-market high, this was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. So we had two different opportunities here for AMD, and they were very nice one. What the heck? AMD, what are you doing? AMD, what are you doing? All right, well, forget everything I say, right? Forget everything I said. If you hold one contract here, I want to see you with a Ferrari next Monday. This may be like 300% or more, right? Same day expiration, right? Salman, that what happened to me, 0DT down 30%. Like, yeah, like if you enter like right here and you were holding this channel, this is exactly what Dian is saying, right? I mean, this is the channel of the flag. But it's all about timing, right? Because these 955, 956, these were that was a right entry. That was a valid setup. But again, if you were holding same day expiration contracts, this is very hard. To hold. But that's the thing, right? I mean, if you are on a Friday, if you are managing risk appropriately, you probably only were risking a small size of a trade, or if you are not too fast for executions, if you don't trust too much into your entries or your strategy, you may have next week expiration. So this is why every Friday I'm sending you this message, the Friday rules, right? Like if you are red on the week, please don't trade, because Fridays are gonna destroy you completely on your mindset, right? But also it can, they can on your wallet, right? And if you are green on the week, I mean, you just risk a small portion of your profits. And if you, if you are just a little green on the week, I mean, take a long weekend. Take a long weekend, or just come here, paper trade, or even, I don't know, like, just watch the charts. Just watch the charts. But this is why Fridays are extremely hard to trade, especially when you are a beginner or you still don't master your risk management, right? So if you were here with the appropriate size, managing your risk, or understanding your risk, you were able to hold, and this is the reward for the patient traders, right? This is the reward for the patient trader. All right. Yeah, it is that's the channel for the flag. That's the channel for the flag. This is just flagging. um Alex, and would you enter 1022 with 1022? Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly this second opportunity here. It's showing some direction. It's actually, these candles are actually closing above the previous low. So yeah, this will be a better entry, but only if you miss this one, right? Only if you miss this one, right? Um, Sven, it didn't break the structure, so I held. Yeah, that perfect, Sven. Perfect. Exactly. This is not invalidating anything, right? So this price action. I know it's just ugly because if you are watching your PNL, but if you are not watching your PNL, if you are just like executing your setup, waiting for the trade to develop, or to go to your invalidation level, this was a piece of cake. But I know some of you, me included, especially on Fridays, we are kind of attached to our PNL, so it's hard to hold this. I don't remember who said, but it was down 30%. Salman, yeah, that those contracts were down 30% from here, probably. From the top of this candle to the bottom of this candle wick. So this is 30%, and it's only a few minutes of separation, but just because it's Friday, and also it's AMD, so I know AMD is hard to trade, but well, that's a good one. Josh, why would you enter after all that consolidation? Look at the indices, my friend. Look at the indices. They are breaking out. They are breaking out. They are going higher. So after looking at this is actually the well. So as you can see here, these candles are already closing above these lows. So with that push on the indices, this is just, like showing that it can go higher, just as the indices, following the indices. Max, what do you think about Google today? Let's go to Google in a minute. Felix, Laura, hello Neto, what do you use Webull instead of interactive brokers? I saw today some people got a oh well, I live in the United States. I live in Texas, and Webull for the USA, it's first, it's super cheap, and for being honest, that's where I started trading options. 12, 15 years ago, when I started, I was not trading. I was investing. So I was buying and selling stocks for holding as an investment. I was using IBKR. So I know IBKR for more than a decade. But when I started trading options, my coach, he was on New York, and he was using Webull. So I learned how to trade options on Webull, and it's super easy. It's super nice. We have a lot of widgets, and even when they have like a an advanced feature, they call it like Turbo Trader. I don't like to use it. I'm kind of old school. I like, like the order entry, and so I make sure that everything is in place before placing my orders. But it's easier to use than most of the other platforms, and it's cheaper. At least for people in the United States, it's cheaper. So I don't. I mean, I'm not even considering the fees. Yeah, this is you. You love Weeble. Yeah, yeah. I love it too. Deus, when are you coming to Dallas? Yeah, soon. I'm actually next week. Next week I will be meeting with Nathan. Nathan is he was my first moderator on the Scarface community, and he lives in Dallas. He's coming to Houston, and I will need to pay him back to visit. So I don't know, probably August. I will let you know. I will let you know when I go to Dallas, so we can meet. Um, Turbo Trader rocks. I don't like it. And the reason I don't like it is because sometimes I'm watching different things. It's not like I'm just trading one ticker. So that's why it's kind of confusing for me, because the few times I tried, it was showing something on the charts different to the Turbo Trader. So I mean, I know it just requires some practice, but I like the old school, and I'm actually good at the old school way with my order entry. And because I'm kind of perfectionist, I like to double check all the time, like the okay, well, this is the right ticker, this is the right side. I mean, puts, calls, this is the right strike, this is the right action, like buy or sell. And I'm setting well, I only use market orders, so I don't need to to adjust, like if you want like the last price buy, ask, or I don't even remember what's the other price. But that's why I like the order entry widget. But yeah, I know Turbo Trader, it's super good for some people. Uh, yeah, you have said it. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So if you can help me, this is some. Let's look. I don't know, like sometime, not next week, but the other. That will be awesome. At least just to see how it works. I mean, if you can uh, share your screen with me and just see some actions, how you do it, that will be awesome, and I will be very thankful, or be very grateful. Right, so that was AMD, guys. As you can see here, I mean, we had more plays here, like this break, this placement and retest of this previous day close. This is the previous day close, this right here. So if you tried a play from here, well, look at this. I mean, everything worked today, right? Everything worked today, unless you were very desperate about taking your contracts out, even when it was not validating your level. Everything worked today. Everything worked today. That was very nice. Yeah, thank you. Do that, please. Do that. Thank you very much. All right, Amazon guide. Well, Amazon, finally we broke 225. So Amazon is back to our watch list. As you can remember, I was waiting for Amazon to actually break 225. Why? Because of this. Let me show you here. What is this? It's right here. So this channel, I just hate it, right? I just hate it. This channel here has been, well, it's only this. Uh, sorry, guys. I don't know. I still need some practice with this trading. So this channel here has been awful, right? From 218 or 218 to 225 has been a nightmare here. So I just was waiting. I actually had, look at this. I had my Amazon, where is it? Right here. Amazon alarm 225. Today it was triggered finally. So now I can just delete this one. Yes. And delete the one to the downside, right? So I was waiting for Amazon to actually break this channel here. And well, we finally did it. We finally did it right here. But we had a few opportunities before this break, right? So this was a very nice break, displacement and retest of pre-market high. This pre-market high was a very nice. Look at this. If you were taking these candles here above this 224.29, this is a key level on the daily chart, and you had your risk at the bottom of these retesting candles, and you were aiming to the high of the day. High of the day was the 5-minute opening range. This was a 1 to 2 risk reward ratio trade, and you had a few opportunities to trim your position. And if you were holding here after this rejection, I will just manage my position, and that's it. And then after this, well, but look at this. This was previous week high, 224. I know I said, well, let's break 225, right? Let's break 225. But this is a very important key level. And look at these candle wicks. This is something that it's this is very important to identify, guys. So sometimes, I know, sometimes when you see reactions like this, you want to understand what's going on here. I mean, right now, I have this 224 because it's part of the tool that I use, right? It's part of the tool that I use, so it's kind of an automatic thing. But if I wouldn't have this tool here, maybe I'm not saying this is a fact, right? But maybe this key level here, it will be hidden between my daily key levels. So this key level here, maybe it wouldn't be in my chart. So having this and understanding reactions like this, it's like, okay, well, what's going on here? What's going on here? What's actually happening in this area here? So that's when you zoom out and look left and you say, well, what was it? 224. Okay, 224. What was happening here? Oh, okay, well, we had some highs here. We had some pivot levels on the pre-market right here, the last day of the month. So this kind of reaction here is your signal to zoom out and look left and start trying to identify what's going on that key level, right? So this is another good chance, right? So this is the break and retest of this previous week high. And look at the reaction here, more than the retest or more than the break and displacement and everything. Look at the reactions right here. So you have this reaction out of the 224, and then the next candle, look at the reaction. So it comes back, retests 224, and look how reclaims and respects pre-market high. So if you wanted to enter into a position here, that was a piece of cake. That was a piece of cake. Why? Because after this strong reaction here, you should be looking. Your risk won't be again the bottom of this, right? It's gonna be 224. Why? Because this is the key level. This is the key level that is struggling. So you have a very defined risk, and you are just looking. Well, if you were looking for the look at this. If you were looking for the high of the day, it was a 1 to 2 reward rated rate. But look at this. The next key level, it's a 1 to 2.8. And if you were managing your position, I mean, if you take some of your position here and you manage to hold, look at this. I mean, it goes all the way to 225.80 and it's right there. It's right there. I mean, the day is not over. But this is the kind of reactions I want you to start looking, right? I mean, not only a random candle here, but when you see a reaction like this, you need to start looking for, okay, what's going on right here? 224, what's going on right here? Oh, okay, well, I see this was a previous high. I see this is the supply right here on this day. Okay, I can see this is an important pivot on the pre-market a few days ago. So this is the way you start looking at your chart, all right? Real data option is extra fee. We will, I don't know, I don't use it. Andy, I took two losses on Amazon, 10.11 and 11.04. 10.11, 10.11. Why? I mean, what you were trying to do? 10.11 and 11.04? Those were your entries, or what about them? Alex, I took that trade on Amazon but didn't manage it correctly. I was aiming to 225.12. Which one? This second one? Or this one? The first one, Alex? Ended with a very small loss. Sina, 223.82 is Lasso, the previous month high. It's also the previous month high. A clean retest. Okay. The first one. Okay, yeah. Well, the good news is that we are all aware of key levels. We are all aware of how the price should be moving and reacting on this area. Because if you remember, guys, this area here. Oh well, it's already. I already took it away. But this area here, 225 to 220, 218, was a nightmare, right? This was a nightmare. And this key area here, look at this. Look at all this supply. Well, it was resistance. Then it was turn support, and now we are on the next leg, right? So hopefully, this is just let's go to the 4 hour. Okay, so hopefully this is taking us to break this consolidation area here, and now my expectation will be that now that we broke this area here, we are going, I don't know, like the next leg will be something around here until we break again, right? Until we break again, and this is gonna be the next leg, and this is how it works, right? So consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion. And that's how the market works, all right? That's how the market works. We just need to be patient for these consolidation levels to break and take advantage of these expansion movements, right? Okay. So let's go to the next one, guys. NVIDIA. Let me tell you something about NVIDIA today. I didn't take it. But I kind of feel some FOMO. I kind of feel some FOMO because this was so textbook. That I just feel bad about not taking it. Look at this. I mean, this. Well, let's go to the higher time frame thesis, right? Let's go to the 15-minute chart right here. Can you see expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion, right? Can you see that, guys? I don't want to sound like this noisy coach or teacher, like oh, this guy is just repeating so many times the same things. But I just want to make sure that we all are understanding, right? Expansion, consolidating, consolidation, expansion, consolidation, expansion, consolidation. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be more consolidation, but well, I just want. I mean, it's not that I'm trying to be annoying. I just want you to completely understand the idea. So, all right. So we were waiting for this channel to be respected or to be broken, right? So this is the area of interest for this morning. And right at the open, we had these huge candles here. These huge candles here. And what happened? Well, textbook, guys. Textbook. It broke previous day high. It broke previous day high. Displacement. Look at this displacement. Textbook displacement. Not too far from the key level, but far enough for some visual displacement. Came back. Look at the reaction right here at the key level. Previous day high. Look at the reaction. Buyers stepping in right here. Buyers stepping in right here. And then, all right, what's the next step? 166. This is 166, right? So we break 166, came back for a retest of this key level. And why 166 is a key level? Well, it's round number, strike number, side number. Because remember, guys, we are in all-time highs. We are in all-time highs. So what are we watching here? This is price discovery mode. This is price discovery mode. I don't think it gets more textbook than that. Yeah, no. I'm actually, like, I'm gonna screenshot this and I'm gonna use it for when I write a book. This is gonna be my example of textbook break and retest of previous day high. This is just amazing. All right. So look at this. So we came back 166. Can you see here? 166. And we had some reaction here, but it was not enough. So what are we doing? We are coming back. Look at this. For this order block. This is the famous one candle rule from Tony, or this is the order block. This is the order block lesson from Jack. So basically it's an uptrend with this down close candle. This is an order block, right? So I don't draw the whole order block here, but look at this. This is a pullback very close to this area, and it's okay. It's okay if it don't retest to the T. Why? Because look how strong is this. Look how strong is this. So this is not like the best risk management example, because your risk here will be kind of wide, but this is a high probability, right? This is a high probability setup just because it's super strong. And look at this. What were the indices doing right now? High of the day on both indices. Look at this. High of the day on both indices. So what is expected right here? Well, exactly that. A higher high. So now we came back, pull back to this order block. And now what are we expecting? Higher high, right? Higher high to where? Well, maybe to 167. This is actually this second entry. It's the break and retest of this order block. So on this pullback, you open your position right here, and you were aiming to 167. Why? Because it's the next round number, side number, strike number. So no reaction here, no reaction here. It's still super strong. So what's the next level? Well, let's see, 167.50. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, I'm not making the key levels here. 167.50 right here is the first reaction, the first real reaction here. And well, it actually held. It actually held. So what's going on here? What's the next key level? Let's say 168. Well, we don't get it. We don't get it, but we were very close to get it. Not today, but soon. This is a 4 trillion company. So yeah, so this is probably gonna be higher and higher and higher. And the reason why I don't trade Nvidia, you remember this? It's first because I don't feel comfortable trading at all-time highs. Why? I don't know. It's just part of my personality. It's part of how I manage my ideas. So I really don't know. There's not a particular reason. It's just I don't like it. So, and the second reason is because I have shares on Nvidia, and right now it's an important position, right? For being honest, I've been holding my position since last year, summer last year. So you can imagine that I'm super in profit on those in that position. But right now it's just messing with me. So I don't want to be shorting this, and I every time I see that it's going up, it's like, well, I don't want to trade it to the upside because I'm already making money on my long-term position. So I have this strange relationship with Nvidia. So that's why I'm not taking trades right here. But the first reason beyond having a long-term portfolio on Nvidia, it's because I don't feel comfortable with with this trading at all-time highs. So it may be an issue in the next months because everything is going to all-time highs, right? Microsoft is all-time highs, Nvidia is all-time highs, SPY is all-time highs, QQQ is all-time highs. So I think Google is very close. I mean, there's a few names. Palantir is at all-time highs. So there are a lot of names that are in all-time highs. So it may be an issue, and this is something that I need to work uh, in my mindset. So well, let's wait for it. Let's wait for it. Let's wait. This is not becoming a big issue. But again, well, these two entries, guys, they are really, really, really textbook entries. Let me take this out, especially this one, right? A strong momentum. Well, let's go. Okay, yeah. So we were holding this channel. So a break of 164. Look at this. I actually had my Nvidia alarm right here, 164.50. So once we break 164.50 previous day high, this was on on my watch, but on my watch list. But just as I said, I don't know what happened. It just broke this placement and textbook retest to previous day high and a push higher. So I don't even need to explain this. So who got Nvidia this morning? DC, you woke up late and Nvidia was gone already. Yeah, but because that's the other thing, right? It was 9:39. It was very early in the morning. But that's the thing, right? That's the thing because it had so much momentum that this was an opening play. So I'm sorry, I'm having a cramp. So this was super early in the morning. As you know, I like to wait at least 10 to 15 minutes in the morning before taking any trades, especially on Mondays and Fridays. So that's the other reason I didn't consider this. It was too early in the morning. I was watching the indices. The indices were actually pushing lower. So this had a lot of relative strength. So, well, I don't know. There were a few other conditions that didn't let me take this trade. But especially the indices were going lower. And second, this was just too early in the morning for my playbook style, personality, whatever. Right? So Sven, 939. That's the perfect entry, Sven. That's the perfect entry. Congratulations. Sina, congratulations. Yeah, this was an amazing trade. It's just, I mean, if you are on the Discord and you go to the questions channel, yeah, if you go to the question channel, I just replied to J Crowd 2136. I'm not sure if he's on on this session, but this is exactly what I explained to him on Discord about having your own strategy and edge based on your own personality, skills, risk tolerance, everything, right? Because if you base the strategy into your personality, is gonna be more powerful because it's based out of your strengths, right? How you feel comfortable, what are you good at. So your edge is gonna be built. Um, is going to be built on your strengths, and but if you want to fit your personality into someone else's strategy, it's going to be a nightmare. It's going to be a nightmare because I mean you will need to synchronize all that I just told you, right? Like your patience, your risk tolerance, your skills, your how skilled you are for to execute, how fast you can switch between brokers, or analyze the charts in front of you. So it's way better to fit the strategy into your personality that fit your personality into someone else's strategy. Please think about this. Let me know what you think. Yeah. So please let's try to do this exercise on the comments, not on the chat of the video, but on the comments of the video. Please leave your thoughts about this, about what I'm telling you. I really prefer to fit the strategy into my personality and not the other way around. But I want to read what you have to do. All right. Um. All right. So Sven 939. That's perfect. Dipti 940. That's also very nice. That's also very nice. Honestly, wasn't expecting it to rise this high. Yeah, yeah. Where did you exit, Dipti? Where did you exit? In any round number, or you were bar by bar? What you were doing here? All right. Well, I'm gonna read it later. All right, but let's go to the next one. The next one is Tesla. Tesla here. Honestly, I was waiting for the break of these. I'm not gonna lie you. I'm gonna show you 305. I was waiting for the break of 305. No, no 310.52. All right, that yeah, this 305 was triggered yesterday. Yeah, this was. Let me take it out. This was today alarm. I was waiting for this 310.52. 310.52. That's the edge of this gap, and also it was previous day high. Look at this, previous day high. So I was waiting for this break, but I was actually looking at these movements here. So this was the break and retest of this 5-minute opening range. 5-minute opening range. And if you were taking this position here, your risk at the bottom of the retesting candle, and you were aiming to this 311. Yeah, 311 here, 311. This is a 1 to 2.4 risk reward ratio trade. But look at this. This never breaks the structure. So this actually went higher. And if you were waiting for this second opportunity here, let's say that you take the exact same thing, but you went to 311.50. This was a 1 to 3 risk reward ratio trade. So these were the two opportunities that I was watching here that I like it. And after that, I didn't like anything, because if you were watching the 1 minute, I was watching something like this here. Oh. Okay. I was watching something like this. So I was actually expecting that if we broke this key level here, or this neckline here, that was our entry right here. Look at this. This is a very nice and clean break and retest of the neckline, and then more drop, right? More drop, and then it just go breaking and retesting key levels, intraday key levels, but I mean, they were key levels, right? And then look at this. Then look at this. Break, retest. So this is what I was watching on Tesla. Let me go to the chat here. Alex 942. Oh my god, Alex, what were you doing? Retest of 306.20. What's 306.20? 306.20. Like this key level here. I like it. Look, I had this 305.90, but yeah, I like it, like something like this here. 306.30. I really like it. I really like it. I mean, I don't like this, because this was like showing you weakness. But after this bounce, after this change of character here, then that's why I like it. But this was just too risky. I mean, what was your stop loss right here? Dipty 949. That's a breakout. That's a breakout trade, Dipty. But that's good. Nice trade. I saw earlier that you. Right. Oh, no. So you took 940. You took 940, the retest of this same level, maybe, and you sold 949. That's very nice. Just below the level, right? So well, but you had 320, right? 320, something like this. 306.20. Something like this. All right. That's very nice, Alex. That's very nice. I mean, I had my key level a little bit below than that, but that's very nice. I mean, if that was the thesis, that was a very aggressive thesis, but that was very nice. That was very nice. Congratulations on that trade. All right, guys. Who was asking for a different name? I think it was Max, Google with that nail. All right, guys. Well, this is kind of easy, right? This is the break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. To previous day high, it was a 1 to 4. It was just too small. Well, look at this. I mean, I think Google it just had a huge move, right? A huge move, but this is the actual, yeah, this is the actual real size of the chart, right? So I like here that this break and retest of the 5 minute opening range, and also it was kind of the high of the day. So this consolidation here, it's nice. Or you can say like, okay, well, let's right here. Let's wait for this. This is kind of the break and retest of the high of the day, something like this. And again, because it was having a lot of momentum, and what were the indices doing? Well, the indices were, I mean, SPY was actually bouncing out of the 5 minute opening range. So I think Google had his own party, right? Google was having its own party. But I think this is the one of the nicest opportunities here. The or maybe this first one, right? This break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. So right when this green candle engulfs the previous one, you have your risk or your invalidation level or your stop loss level at the bottom of these candles here, and you are aiming to the next key level here. It's previous day high, 178.43, and this was a very nice trade. What were you doing there, Max? You entry 1042. Look at this, 1042, and close at previous day high. Right. Well, this is exactly your trade, Max. That was very nice. That was very nice. All right. Lastly, let me take a look to Palantir here. Um, Another trader told me that if we can take a look to this, so I like this. I like this. This is the break and retest of this pre-market high. Let me close this. Yeah, this 142.50, the pre-market high. Look at the reaction right here, right? That's exactly what I was telling you a few minutes ago. Buyers stepping in aggressively and defending this pre-market high. So if you open your position right on the next candle, you have your risk maybe at the bottom of this candle wick or right at the pre-market high, and you are aiming to high of the day. Look at this. This is a perfect trade. This is a perfect trade. Making higher highs here with the candle wicks and the bodies. Market structure is perfect here until it fails to make a higher high, right? Until it fails. But right here, this is another for the textbook. Look, take notes, please. This is another perfect break, displacement, and retest of pre-market high and a push higher. This is perfect. My journal says to me that this month's pre-market high and pre-market low is a very good level for break and retest strategy with highest success. Yeah, well, I mean that's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite uh, setups. I think yesterday we talked about this, but my favorite setups it's the break and retest of the previous day high and low, because that is telling you that the daily candle is actually moving beyond, right? So you are not having an inside bar. So the break and retest of the previous day high or the previous day low, that's my favorite. That's my favorite, most favorite setup. So yeah, yeah. No, no, that you got it. You got it right there. You got it right there. Okay, okay, guys. So it's 1 hour, 1 hour from for this session. I really hope that you have a very nice weekend. We are 6 subscribers away to be 500 on this family, on this community. Please, 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 if you haven't liked the video, subscribe to the channel, help us to reach this 500 milestone. It will be awesome. We have 25 people watching, but only 6 likes. Please click the like button. Click the like button. That will be awesome. All right, guys. So if you don't have any question, oh, you're very welcome, guys. You're very welcome. And remember, if you have any question, just drop it on the comments of the video, or and on the YouTube channel, or you just can reach me on Discord or Traders Lab, right? So do not hesitate to send me your questions. And remember, if you are on the Discord of Tony and Jack, go to the questions channel and take a look to my reply to one of the other members. It was a nice reply. It's something to think about it. So if you are still building your edge, if you are still refining your playbook and looking for the things that actually work for you, this is exactly what you need to read. This is exactly what you need to read. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you on Monday. Please don't forget to journal your trades and do your homework, and see you later. Bye.